Go download my free legato course right now and learn to play fast in the fastest way possible. Hey, so how do you produce a simple practice plan in under 1 minute that you can use all the time? And every time you stumble into a new thing you can learn, anything you want to look into, how do you process that? Because most people just get confused, right? We set out to practice something very diligently and with focus, and then suddenly we get, all caught up in something else. And just in one single course, there can be so many things that we want to focus on that we get all confused. So how do we solve that problem? I'm Claus from guitarmastery.net. You can get to a website from this channel. And I get that question a lot because we got a lot of different courses on the website, and people say, do I need another course right when we come out with a new one? Because I'm already working on that and I got this and this and that. But what I did when I was building the majority of my skills was that I was working on something and then I wanted to keep my focus. You never want to just practice whatever you feel like, because that's not practicing, that's just playing, that's fooling around. You want to practice something. Every time you get excited about something, the first step is to turn it into a project. Turn it into a project. What does that mean? Well, you decide, for how long am I going to practice this? With this, how much focus? How little am I going to practice, right? If you want to learn a song, are you going to practice the first 2 chords because they're so difficult for 1 week, right? Only those 2 chords? Do I want to practice the whole song? How do I want to approach this? And how long do I want to focus on this? Because the natural tendency is to, every time you learn something, to stop at good. Then once you know it, right? Once you know once you know the lick, you're just going to go on to something else. But that is a very ineffective approach. When you become good at something, you want to keep practicing until you are a master of it. That's why you want to create a project. Because if I take a lick, right, there's a ton of little details in there. I could learn to produce something that sounded approximately like something of that lick, but it would just lack all the details, all the control, all the fine little elements of it that makes it music, right? So what I want to do is say, my first inclination is just to start playing it. That's fine. Once you got it and you say, oh, this is a cool lick. This can teach me a lot. There's vibrato in there, hammer-ons and pull-offs, there's palm muting. I can hear all of that, and I can hear there's a really long distance between what I hear when I record myself playing it and the thing I heard in the that I heard in the course, right? So I'm just going to say I'm going to play this freaking lick every single day for an hour, over and over again, listening to myself for an hour every single day for 2 weeks. That's a lot of time, but that's what I'm going to do because I want mastery of it, right? So I'm turning it into a project, and that decision took me like 3 minutes to explain. It takes 2 seconds. Once you get used to this, you get all fired up about something, you check it out, you start playing it. How long am I going to practice that? And you do that with everything. Then, once you have that habit, every single new thing that comes towards you and creates that excitement in you, instead of just throwing yourself at it, right away, you want to do that, you want to check it out, but then you go right back to your project, to your decision about what to practice for those 2 weeks, and then you say, oh, I'm looking forward to being able to practice that, right? So you can look into 1,000 things during those 2 weeks where you're practicing one lick, and all you're really doing is just researching. Oh, that sounds amazing. I want to do that. I want to look into that. I think, and you start making decisions about what am I going to focus on next? And that decision-making process can go on for days as you look into other stuff, YouTube videos, courses, all kinds of stuff, and then you start looking forward to getting to the end, of your little project with the lick, right? That creates a drive towards completion of what you're doing now. See, now you have focus, you have concentration on one thing, that produces mastery, and you're using the fact that there's a plethora of information out there, and new things you can be inspired about to drive you to completion. So you're doing the right things on so many levels. And now you can't get enough inspiration, right? For the next thing you're going to focus on. And what you decide to be focused on the next time is so determined by where you are. What have you just been practicing? What do you think is exciting right now? And what will you think is exciting in the future based on what you've just been practicing lately and so on? So just trust your emotions, trust your excitement, because that's what drives you to learn faster anyway. So that's it. Make a firm decision every time you get excited about something. Turn it into a project. For how long am I going to practice it? Then start practicing it. When you get excited about other things as you are involved in your project, then use that as motivation to finish your project and get excited about the new thing that you're going to reward yourself with when you're done with the current project you have. And then continue like that over and over again.